Welcome to Top Fact Amazing. The world is home to millions of animal species. While many are harmless and live quietly, others are incredibly dangerous and can be extremely aggressive. Today, we're taking a look at 10 of the most dangerous animals you should absolutely avoid at all costs. Be sure to stay tuned for number 1. The number of fatalities caused by this animal is truly staggering. Number 10, Sharks. Alright, so technically, you can't run away from this creature, but you could swim pretty far if you wanted to. We're talking about sharks here, not just one species, but the entire family. Movies and media often portray sharks as ferocious killers that destroy everything in their path, but that's a bit of an exaggeration. Many species of sharks are actually harmless to humans. However, there are a few exceptions, like the tiger shark. Each year, there are about 75 shark attacks, most of which happen because sharks mistake surfers for seals. Of those attacks, only around 10 result in fatalities. That said, sharks, especially great whites, bull sharks, and tiger sharks, are incredibly powerful predators and should always be treated with respect. But here's some good news: 2 out of those 3 species don't really see humans as food. I'll let you guess which one does. So, if you're scared of sharks, keep in mind that they aren't the monsters people think, and they certainly don't kill thousands of people each year. But that doesn't mean you should go out and try to pet one. Number 9. Ants. It might seem counterintuitive, but ants are actually more dangerous than sharks. In fact, ants are about 3 times as deadly. While sharks cause an average of 10 fatalities per year, ants are responsible for around 30 deaths annually. One species you should definitely watch out for is the bulldog ant. This red, fierce-looking ant is one of the largest and most aggressive species on Earth. With large mandibles and venomous stings, their bite can cause intense pain in humans, often said to be the worst of any insect sting, with pain lasting for days. These ants are so aggressive that if one is cut in half, the head and tail will still fight each other. Another ant worth mentioning is the bullet ant, found in South America. Its sting is so painful that it's known as the 24-hour ant, because the agony can last up to 24 hours after being stung. Victims have described the experience as being as painful as getting shot, which is where it gets its name. Number 8. Bees and wasps. You definitely shouldn't go near these creatures. Now, on to the next, numbers. What? Fine. In reality, bees and wasps should rank higher on the list of the most dangerous animals in the world. The issue is that no one is actively keeping track of the fatalities they cause. In the US alone, around 50 people die each year from bee and wasp stings. If we include worldwide attacks, that number could easily rise to 500 or more. A prime example is the Japanese giant hornet. Every year, up to 40 deaths in Japan are caused by these hornets. Their venom triggers allergic reactions and can dissolve tissue in no time. What makes them even more dangerous is that they rarely sting alone. A group of hornets can repeatedly sting, leading to an excruciating and often fatal outcome. These hornets are aggressive and fearless, just one can take down 40 bees by itself. And here's the scary part: a single colony of Japanese hornets can have up to 700 members, and they feed on honeybee larvae. Yes, they literally eat bees for breakfast. So, if you thought bees were dangerous, these hornets are in a league of their own. Alright, seriously, stick with me on this one. Number 7. You wouldn't think it, but deer are actually pretty dangerous creatures. Oh, don't believe me? Well, guess what? The yearly worldwide average of deer-related fatalities is at least 300 people. Yeah, you might not look at Bambi the same way after this. But how do these normally docile, adorable creatures cause so many deaths? You might assume it's their horns, but you'd be wrong. While there have been rare cases of people being fatally impaled by deer horns, they're few and far between. For example, just this past October, a man in Arkansas was gored to death by a deer he shot, thinking it was already dead. But that's not the usual cause of deer-related deaths. The majority of fatalities occur when deer cross the road, usually at dusk or dawn. When a sleepy driver is thrown into the mix, it becomes a recipe for disaster. In the US alone, more than 150 cases are reported each year of drivers colliding with deer on highways, often with tragic results. Number 6. Elephants. Alright, this one makes a bit more sense. Much like deer, elephants aren't animals you'd immediately think of as dangerous to humans. After all, we usually think of them as gentle giants, intelligent, majestic creatures that never forget. But the reality is, because they're so large and smart, they're actually more dangerous than you might expect. Elephants can attack if they're injured, feel threatened, or sometimes just because they feel like it. That one scene from Dumbo where Dumbo's mother protects him from those kids? Totally inaccurate. In real life, it would be a lot more violent, with potentially deadly results. Because when elephants do decide to attack, the outcome is often fatal due to their sheer size and strength. I was shocked to learn while researching this video that over 500 people are killed by elephant attacks each year. Many of these incidents involve rogue elephant bulls that have been cast out of the herd, which can make them unpredictable and aggressive. Others involve protective mothers with calves, which is more understandable, but still deadly. One particularly tragic case involved a 44-year-old elephant keeper who was attacked by a cow elephant after he tripped over a foot chain while the animal was eating. The poor man was repeatedly gored by the elephant's tusks, suffering severe injuries, including multiple stab wounds to his abdomen and chest, broken ribs, and massive internal bleeding. Despite being rushed to the hospital, he sadly passed away shortly after. It's a brutal reminder that even these majestic creatures can be incredibly dangerous under the right circumstances. Number 5. Hippos. The hippo is often considered one of the most dangerous animals in the world. In fact, locals in Africa claim that hippos kill more people than crocodiles, lions, elephants, and cheetahs combined. As the third largest land mammal on Earth, after elephants and rhinos, hippos are a force to be reckoned with. Interestingly, their closest relatives are whales, from which they diverged around 55 million years ago. Hippos are semi-aquatic, living in rivers, lakes, and mangrove swamps. They spend much of their day submerged in water or mud to keep cool and emerge at dusk to graze on grass. These massive animals consume over 100 pounds of vegetation daily, and yes, they can even kill a crocodile. While there are no reliable sources to confirm the exact number, it's widely believed that hippos are responsible for at least 500 deaths per year, and that number could be even higher. With their enormous jaws, they can easily crush a human if they feel threatened or provoked, and there have been documented cases of hippos attacking humans seemingly without warning. One tragic story involves a man named Marius Els, who had a pet hippo since it was just a few months old. The hippo appeared tame, allowing Els to hand-feed it and even swim with it. But one day, tragedy struck. Emergency services were called to Els' home, where they found him covered in multiple bite wounds. The hippo had suddenly attacked, dragging him underwater. Sadly, Els was pronounced dead upon arrival at the hospital. What happened to the hippo afterward remains unknown. It's a sobering reminder that, while hippos may seem gentle at times, they can turn deadly in an instant. Number 4. Crocodiles. The crocodile is a prehistoric predator that has survived for tens of thousands of years, with ancestors predating even the dinosaurs. Known as one of the world's most dangerous animals, it's a true killing machine with powerful jaws, lightning speed, and a tough body that can withstand almost anything. Except for hippos. Why are hippos ranked above crocodiles anyway? That's a debate for another time. But when it comes to crocs, the larger species certainly don't have any issue seeing humans as prey. The only reason crocodiles don't kill more people is likely because we're aware of the danger and do our best to avoid them. I mean, after watching movies like Lake Placid, I know to steer clear. Or was that an alligator? Either way, it was terrifying. There's even a true case of a crocodile seemingly preferring human prey. In the Philippines, the same crocodile reportedly attacked and ate 3 people at different times. It began with a 12-year-old girl crossing a river, followed by her uncle being ripped apart 2 months later. Then, a man disappeared, and a few days later, a crocodile was seen clutching a severed human arm in its jaws. Crocodiles are responsible for roughly 1,000 deaths a year, though the number could be higher. Many crocodiles live in underdeveloped areas with poor population records and a lack of official reporting. If you want a real-life crocodile horror story, look up Gustav the crocodile. He's still out there, and he's known to hunt humans who try to hunt him. Now that's a terrifying predator. Number 3. Dogs. Another surprising entry on our list of the world's most dangerous animals is none other than man's best friend, the dog. But would you believe that dogs are responsible for more fatalities each year than all of the previous entries combined? You should, because dog-related deaths number in the thousands annually. It's not that dogs are directly killing people, although certain breeds are capable of causing fatal injuries. Most fatalities are due to rabies, a deadly virus transmitted through the bite of an infected dog. Rabies is incredibly dangerous, and while a vaccine is available, many fatalities still occur because the symptoms can lie dormant for years before surfacing. By the time they do, it's often too late, and death is inevitable. Another issue with dogs is that if they decide to attack, running isn't much of an option. Most dogs can easily outrun a full-grown human. Now, it's time for the day's best pick. Today, we'll be looking at an animal whose terrifying appearance alone will make you want to run in the opposite direction. Stay tuned. Number 2. Centipedes. Centipedes look more like creatures from another planet than Earth, and they are truly terrifying. There are an estimated 8,000 species of centipedes worldwide, but only about 3,000 have been fully described. Even so, the fear they inspire is enough to send most people into a panic, and for good reason. While centipede bites are rarely fatal, they can be incredibly painful, with some being compared to the pain of being shot. But that alone shouldn't be enough to make a grown man run away, right? Well, today's centipedes might not scare you off, but their ancient ancestors certainly would have. Meet Arthroplura, an 8.5-foot-long millipede from the Carboniferous era. Although it was herbivorous, likely feeding on dead plant matter, its size alone is enough to give anyone a scare. Fossil evidence shows that Arthroplura could move quickly, its hundreds of legs undulating in rhythm, a truly disturbing sight. These are the largest known land invertebrates of all time, and they likely had no predators. But imagine this giant creature rearing up in a defensive posture, staring you down. That's enough to make anyone shudder. Now, I saved the best for last, but before we get to it, I have a quick challenge for you. If you can leave a like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Give it a try, it really works. Number 1. Snakes. Oh, it had to be snakes. Venomous snakes and anacondas are undoubtedly some of the most dangerous animals in the world, as seen by the alarming number of deaths caused by snake bites each year. Current estimates suggest that snake bites are responsible for around 50,000 deaths annually, though the number could be even higher. Many of the most dangerous snakes live in underdeveloped countries where healthcare is limited and population records are incomplete. It's important to note that these deaths aren't attributed to just one species of snake, but rather spread across many. While there are countless snakes capable of killing humans, there are also plenty of species that are completely harmless. Which dangerous animal would you definitely run away from? Let us know in the comments section below. Want to watch more videos about dangerous animals and the threats they pose? Click on any of the videos you see on the screen. As always, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Later, everybody.